When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. You're ready to move your business forward, but first, you need to find the right team. Start your search with Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It can help you reach qualified candidates fast, ensuring your listing is the first one they see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs are 90% more likely to report a hire than non-sponsored jobs. See the results for yourself. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here. This is a session all about discarding the beliefs that would lead to anxiety. I was working with a client that would get quite anxious when they were doing presentations, public speaking, or even just important meetings. And it came from a previous traumatic event where they had a panic attack in those kind of situations. And from that point onwards, their brain was on high alert to warn them against that horrible feeling in certain situations. And it wasn't based on their capabilities. They were clearly a capable communicator, even a capable presenter. It's just that they had certain beliefs or fears of what if I get anxious in that situation. And what this client was using was a form of anxiety medication called a beta blocker. And what they found is that they would take that before certain situations and it would help. But here's the interesting thing. They had no idea whether it was the medication that was helping or the belief that the medication would help that actually made them feel more resourceful in that situation. And I call this Dumbo's feather. And it comes from a Disney film from many, many years ago, I think in the 1940s or 1950s. The story of Dumbo, this elephant with big ears that can fly. But if you remember that movie, Dumbo has a black feather, a feather given to him by a crow. And Dumbo starts to believe that it's the magic feather that enables him to fly rather than his huge ears. Now, Dumbo's feather for me is essentially the placebo effect. The belief that something will work then makes it work. But in the movie of Dumbo, he's in this circus and this very, very high ladder, and he loses the feather while he's halfway down. And before he crashes into the floor of the circus, he then trusts his own resources, his own capabilities, and then can fly without the feather. Now, for this particular client, it was my belief that they clearly had the resources and the capability to not need anti-anxiety medication, but they needed evidence to prove that that was true. So this idea of doing the thing and not needing the medication would be what's called a convincer strategy to give them irrefutable evidence that they didn't need it. And once they don't need it, then the evaluation says, I can handle this. And then that becomes a new self-fulfilling prophecy. So I want you to think of something that you are anxious about, and maybe you do something to give you some kind of a help. I used to have social anxiety and I would drink alcohol, and that was Dumbo's feather for me. I believed that if I had alcohol, then that would give me the social confidence I needed in certain situations. It was never true, but I believed it to be true. And because then I would drink, that felt like I then needed it. And there is a real danger that these things that you believe can help, instead of helping, become a crutch that you become dependent on. So think of something in your life that you feel that you need some help or you struggle to do that. And then this hypnosis is all about instilling the kind of self-belief for you to just do that thing without any additional resources at all. And once you do that a few times, it becomes impossible to go back and feel like you need that additional help because you've got irrefutable evidence that you don't. And that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, again, because experience is the best reference to back up a belief system. If you like the idea of having a customized or bespoke session specific to your needs, there will be a link in the description where you can schedule a completely free consultation call, or you can check out my website, adamcox.co.uk, book the free consultation call there. For now, though, you might get some real value from this session. Find a quiet, comfortable place, the kind of place where you're not going to be interrupted or distracted. Relax and enjoy the session.
The Who's down in Who Newville were making their list, but some didn't know Walmart has the best brands for their gifts.
What about toys? Do they have brands kids have been wanting all year?
Yep, Barbie, Tony's, and Lego. Gifts that will make them all cheer.
Do you mean they have all the brands I adore?
They have Nintendo, Nespresso, Apple, and more.
What about...
So the Who answered questions from friends till they were blue. Each one listened and shouted, from Walmart? Who knew? Shop gifts from top brands for everyone on your list in the Walmart app.
Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in that long, relaxing breath of relaxation. And as you exhale, just feel a wonderful sense of release, as if any tension, stress, and worries are leaving your body as you exhale. And as you exhale, continue the outward breath for longer than you normally would. And then when you breathe in for deeper. And the deeper you breathe, the more resourceful you feel. And the longer you breathe out, the more stress, worry, or tension starts to leave your body. Each breath taking you deeper and deeper relaxed. That's it. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine a futuristic room. And the room has a large screen, almost like a private cinema. And on a table nearby, there is something that looks like a futuristic virtual reality headset. But I want you to imagine looking at the screen first and seeing you in your past when you were confident, resourceful, and relaxed, even if you were communicating to a big audience, even if you were being evaluated, even if people were assessing what you were doing. That version of you from your past was absolutely fine, perhaps even enjoyed it. And I want you to imagine mimicking the breathing, the facial expressions of that version of you. And I want you to imagine thinking what you thought back then. What evaluations you were making when you did whatever that thing was. Maybe evaluations like, I'll be fine, I can handle this. This is easy for me, no big deal. And just notice that the evaluations back then were two things. that you had the capabilities, you knew enough or had prepared enough. And secondly, it was a low-stakes environment. Nothing to worry about because it's no big deal. I want you to get a sense that there are 3 ingredients to either increase or decrease anxiety. The first ingredient is evaluating how capable you are. You say to yourself, I don't know what I'm doing. Anxiety may go up. You tell yourself you've done this many times before. Anxiety goes down. The second ingredient is the stakes. You tell yourself this will be humiliating, embarrassing, devastating for my career. Anxiety will go up. You make evaluations that it's just a talk, just a presentation. People are more interested in themselves than they are in me. This is no big deal. Anxiety goes down. And I wonder if your brain could treat it like a game of evaluating that you have the skills, resources, and preparation required, and that it's no big deal anyway. That in the big scheme of things, in a world of wars, famine, geopolitics, and scandals, this thing is tiny. And if your unconscious believes that you have that ability to assess accurately your capabilities and assess accurately the importance of this thing, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And the third ingredient is just your physiology, how you breathe, how relaxed you are. I want you to get a feeling that all you need to do to calm your nervous system down is 3 or 4 long outward breaths. It activates that parasympathetic nervous system, the part of you that rests and digests, the part that helps you drift off into sleep. People don't realize that when they're anxious, they breathe shallow from the chest. So those long, deep, diaphragmatic breaths are all you need to help you really feel more and more relaxed, more and more comfortable. That's it. And I want you to get a feeling that you are unlocking a new way of thinking. Whenever you avoid something, you're programming your mind to perceive it as dangerous or a threat. Whenever you volunteer, you're communicating to your unconscious that your resources can handle this demand. Consider fear like shadows or darkness, and action like light. The more action you take, the more that fear disappears. I want you to imagine seeing that screen yourself in a future meeting, presentation, or talk. But I want you to see that version of you, relaxed, calm, confident, like something has shifted. That version of you internally is making evaluations and assessments that you can handle it. It's a low-stakes thing anyway. And your body is relaxed and calm. And I want you to see that version of you, not needing anything else to help. Like Dumbo without Dumbo's feather. Dumbo never needed the magic feather. But it took losing the feather to realize they didn't need it. And I want you to think of what's been your magic feather in the past. And what if you've been clutching onto that all this time and didn't need it anyway? See yourself without needing anything, doing well, being fine, and just imagine a month of saying yes to everything you possibly could. Leading more presentations, more group talks, talking more on video calls, volunteering to maybe chair a committee, host a presentation, do a talk, do something educational. And I want you to get a sense if your unconscious believes that if you said yes to everything you've been avoiding for a month and didn't need anything to help you, would that be enough to banish this fear? And if your unconscious believes that it would be enough, let me know by nodding your head. And if it needs something else, think of what that other thing would be. Maybe it's a bigger challenge, a bigger audience. When you're clear on what that thing would need to be to give you irrefutable evidence that your fear is gone, and you're clear on that, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And now that's your goal. The Stoics believed that whatever the barrier was the way. Whatever that thing was they were avoiding was exactly the route to pursue. And I want you to get a sense that that's how you feel now. So imagine putting on that virtual reality headset, dialing up confidence, self-belief, activating all of the resources from your past, and then imagine saying yes to everything that you've been avoiding. And imagine feeling how good you would feel to be in meetings and feeling relaxed, to be speaking in groups, sitting or standing, feeling calm, confident, and relaxed. Get a sense of feeling so relaxed, even on video calls with 10, 20, 30 people or more. It all makes you feel completely calm and relaxed. That's it. And you've watched films where they have a montage, like Rocky training for a fight. They can collapse days, weeks, even months into minutes. And with this VR headset, imagine you're doing that. A whole month of saying yes to things you've been avoiding from a first-person perspective, all going well. Not needing anything to help. Not needing to prepare too much. And maybe there was a bit of anxiety for the first 2, 3, 4 times, but that dissipates quickly. Experience that montage, and then imagine what victory would feel like. A month of doing something or doing that challenging thing, and then feeling that you have indeed faced your nemesis. But to face a nemesis, you can't avoid it. You have to do the thing you've been avoiding and fearing, so it loses all power over you. And when you've imagined doing that and feeling confident and resourceful while doing it, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And each time you listen to this, you will be priming more and more calm, confidence, more resources, more self-belief. You will be awakening all of those neural pathways from your past that has already done this successfully many, many times before. Some people think of fear as an acronym, false evidence that appears real. But how will you know what is real or not if you don't call its bluff? By doing the thing and feeling confident and calm, fear cannot coexist. Imagine taking the VR headset off, seeing yourself on that screen a year from now, doing something that would have been impossible for you had you not banished this fear, and see it going well 1 year from now. Because when you go through the barrier of anxiety, many doors of opportunity open. And I wonder what opportunities you see in your future that are on the other side of this barrier. You've been avoiding the very door you were meant to walk through. And now you will feel resourceful and motivated to do what your unconscious was urging you to do for so long. You don't need a crutch, you don't need a feather, you don't need a pill. You just need to trust that your capabilities exceed these demands and allow real experiences and real evidence to prove you right. It's time to float back to the present now. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, connect and calibrate into the here and the now as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of The Hypnotist. If you've enjoyed this episode or got some value from it, please give it a 5-star rating and review. And maybe you know someone that would also benefit from this particular episode, in which case share the episode with them so they can also get the benefit too. And if you would like to listen to this episode where it's just the hypnosis, so no intro, no outro, no explanation, just the hypnosis and completely ad-free, there will be a link in the description where you can subscribe at a very low cost and only get access to the hypnosis. So if that's of interest, please check that out. Thank you again for being a regular listener of The Hypnotist, and I'll see you again soon for more.